everybody, it's Tamara from Prairie Town Girl here on Etceterise, and I have a new junk journal to share with you. This one is very different than the last one I did, which was shabby chic French. And this one is, I made it specifically for my uncle, and I'm going to give it to him for Christmas, so I have to wait quite a while before I can share it with him. But I wanted to make him something because he loves to go camping up in northern Saskatchewan. I'm sort of north central Saskatchewan, and he goes up there all summer long, and he just loves fishing and camping and all that stuff. And with everything going on this year with the virus and other things, he's not going to be able to do that very much. And also in the winter, he's not able to go up there. So, well, he can, but he doesn't go all that far north in the winter, I don't think. Anyways, so this is a wilderness camping, fishing sort of theme to this one, which is not normally what I do. And I didn't really do much to the book. The book itself was a bit of the inspiration as well. The book is called North to Cree Lake, and I gutted it. And it was I think it was sort of a memoir about a camping trip in northern Saskatchewan. So it was pretty fitting. And it had this beautiful image on the front cover. And I'm not sure if that's a elk or caribou or something like that. And I have a leather tie. I have some scraps of leather that I bought a while ago. I was going to make all kinds of jewelry with it. And of course I never got around to it. So anyways, I had some scraps of leather and I made a tie, and then I just sort of tucked it under a little piece on the side there. So this book had lots of great illustrations inside. This. So I tried to incorporate these wherever I could. Yeah, and that sort of helped with the whole theme. So this has 3 signatures. I'm not sure how many pages, somewhere between 12 and 13, double-sided folded pages per section. But there's lots of room for journaling, planning trips, whatever he wants to do with it. Yeah, so let's go right inside. And I kept the end papers in because I thought they were so beautiful. It's sort of a map of the area. And if you're not familiar with Canada, so this is Canada, this is Saskatchewan, that's the province I live in, and we're sort of like right in the middle of the lower half of Canada. Canada's pretty massive, especially when you take in the Arctic, but we're sort of smack dab in the middle. Uh-oh, Katya has joined us. Have to hide the ties. Okay. She's watching intently. Okay, and then I kept the inside page as well. And there's a couple of those images, and I used one for the cover of each signature as well, you'll notice. And we've got a little bit of ephemera. I had to try to keep in mind that this is for a middle-aged man who probably will pull these out and say, well, what the heck am I supposed to do with this stuff? But I couldn't help myself. I had to add a few things. A little bit of stamping, lots of blank pages, some pine cone images, some fishing tackle images. This is a map of the area, and where he goes camping is sort of, let's see here. Oh, I think it's on the other side. It's up in here though. and he'll recognize that immediately. Some handmade paper, little pocket with some wilderness images, fishing reel, a little bag, with some lures, and a dictionary page. It has fish, fishery, fish hook, fishing, fishy, and then a nice big spread of a forest setting. Should be quite soothing. And whoops, I feel like I've missed a page. Nope. I'm using some new glue, and I'm going to have to go back and re-glue some pieces because it's just not really working for me. I picked this Elmer's glue stick up, and I'm not crazy about it. I won't be buying this again. It even says it's washable. I find that very hard to believe because I will have to go back through, and pages like that I'm going to have to re-glue with a better glue stick before I give that out. Anyways, there's another pocket on this side. It's sewed down too, I should mention. This was just a card that I had, some woodpeckers out in nature. And a few lined pages, a little more stenciling, little tiny tuck spot under here. And what do we have? I had to sneak in at least one butterfly. I figured it'd be okay because she's out in nature. So, and I made some little envelopes just so I could use up more of these images. And I like this long, skinny image of this guy in a canoe. That would be perfect for this envelope. And that's just a scene in the woods. And then we got nighttime snowy scene. And then here's another one of the envelopes that I made. And then got this one with some beautiful birch trees, and it has a extra little journaling flap. Whoops, goes this way, I guess. Like that. And keep going. And these, a lot of these images came from a book called America's Wild Woodlands. It had a lot of really nice images I could just pull right out and slip in there. And let's see here, what else? We've got some more sort of watermarked fishing images and some fishing lures. I had to be careful because there were a lot of images with fly fishing, and I know that's not the kind of fishing he does, so I didn't want to fill it with fly fishing images. I think, for most people, an important part of camping is the beer. So, and I had a newspaper from Quebec that's all about beer and making beer and homemade breweries and all that kind of stuff. So I had lots of those kinds of images to add. Some fish, and this is a little bag, more of the colorful fish. And there's that beautiful guy from the front cover. Just trying to see if it said on here. It doesn't say if it's what kind of animal it is. And I threw in a little writing board. That beautiful image. That's incredible, isn't it? Just because it is a little bulky, so it's nice to have something hard to write on top of. And my friend Teresa made this, actually. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, that'll be perfect. And then I can slip in another butterfly. But that's very nature. And then a little wooden tag with some paper leaves on top. And then we get into the last signature with this big old, I'm not so sure if that would be a brown bear or a black bear. Around here, that's what we've got. We've got mostly brown bears. But every once in a while, you come across a great big black bear. Oh, I gotta put something in that little pocket. Oh, I have a, I got this, it was called a mask, and I had it for ages, and it's the shape of a tree, so I thought I'd try it out, and I don't use it very often, and this is why, because it never really turns out as good as I hope it will. But you can sort of see what it is, but it's kind of also just a big smudge. This is some handmade paper that I made last summer, and now that the weather has turned, I can start doing some of that again, and maybe I can make a video on how I make my paper. Some more images. There's a little squirrel. He, in his campsite, he has a squirrel that will come up and eat out of his hand, I believe, so I think he'll enjoy that. And there's some little, these are more the images from the book, and I just made them into little pockets, layered pockets. And what do we have here? Some fox, on the other side of the squirrel, some owls, and getting to the end, and we've got just another little image, and then this was another type of envelope that I made. This one has a gusset so that you can fill it with more things, and this one I made from a calendar page. I had a wilderness calendar. So that is, that one looks like a moose, I think. That's the one animal in northern Saskatchewan that I have never seen in real life. And all my friends, whenever they come back from road trips, they say, "Oh, Tamara, we saw another moose." I'm like, why can I never see a moose? Yeah, because I know how big they are, and I just can't get perspective on just how big they would be. So I really want to see a real moose one of these days out in the wild. And then we've got that beautiful map image on the back end as well. So there we go. There is my wilderness camping, fishing junk journal for my uncle. So I really hope he likes it. I hope he doesn't think it's a weird gift. He was, a few Christmases ago, I gave some interesting junk journals to my niece and nephew. And the one I made for my nephew was a vintage arcade games or video games junk journal. And I'll put a link up here, so you can see that if you want. If you want to get an idea of sort of, different kinds of junk journals that you can do that aren't your stereotypical junk journal. And anyways, he saw that one and he seemed very interested, so that's why I thought, I think he'll be open to receiving his own junk journal. Anyways, I'll have to wait 6 months to find out, I guess. So anyways, thanks for joining me today, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Here in Canada right now, this is the long weekend. This is the weekend where we plant our gardens and get out and enjoy the sunshine, although today's kind of a gloomy, windy day, but I will probably still go out and try to do a bit of work in the garden. So have a wonderful day. I hope this sparks some ideas and some creativity for you. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.